I'm Steve Kent. I'm Senior Director of Digital Strategy for CSI. The COVID-19 pandemic is an unprecedented situation that has impacted every person and every business in some way. Like others, the financial industry is navigating the uncertainty of this pandemic and reacting day by day to changes in the situation. Shelter-in-place mandates, work-from-home requirements, social distancing, and economic turmoil have all impacted the ways that banks and credit unions conduct their daily operations. And whether mandated by local government or voluntarily chosen, we're seeing banks across the country tell employees to work from home and close their lobbies to customers while leaving their drive-thrus open. Through all the ambiguity, one thing is clear. Digital banking has never been more important to your bank and to your customers. With banks closing their lobbies and governments suggesting or mandating that people stay at home, the digital channel has become the primary, or in some cases, the sole channel for you to reach your customers. Customers that you never thought would bank through a mobile app are no longer going to have a choice. Those that only used mobile banking for checking their balances are going to find themselves very shortly using mobile banking to deposit their stimulus check. You should expect and you need to be prepared for a significant increase in digital banking adoption. But how should you be thinking about the way that this increase in digital banking adoption is going to impact your bank? Well, first and foremost, banks can no longer afford to think of digital as an alternative or a supplemental channel. Digital is your bank now, in your customers' eyes. What customers have historically done in the branch now needs to be done through digital banking. You need to think thoroughly about how your customers have interacted with you through your branch network and make sure that you're going to be able to meet their needs through your website, through online banking, or through your mobile app. It may help you to think of your digital needs during this time in these 5 categories. 1, self-service and interaction. 2, money movement. 3, account opening. 4, marketing and education. And 5, security. There's a lot to think about right now, and it can be overwhelming for banks. When it comes to serving your customers digitally, don't panic. Still, 80% of digital banking activity is simply checking balances, and I trust that you all have that box checked. But still, there are going to be a few areas that are more important today than they were a month ago. So make sure your website, social media accounts, online banking, and mobile app are regularly updated with your branch hours, branch closures, and make sure that you're providing information through those channels that are going to inform your customer on how they can bank safely from home. And of course, the best way for your customer to bank safely from home is to use digital banking. So make sure you're using all the tools at your disposal to promote and educate your customers on online banking in your mobile app. Now, when it comes to self-service through digital banking, make sure first and foremost that your customers can easily enroll in digital. That means that they need to be able to enroll in digital completely on their own with no interaction with your bank. Now, once they've enrolled, one of the most important things that you're going to have to do through digital banking is interact with your customers during this time, providing them with important information and allowing them to provide you with information in return. So make sure you're looking at things like secure digital communication and secure document uploads. And of course, make sure you're pushing people to use e-statements and e-notices. These may seem like basic features, but to a brand new digital user, they may not seem so simple. Speaking of simple, are you providing text banking today? You may have thought this version of mobile banking had become outdated 5-10 years ago, but it has suddenly become more relevant than ever, as even those people that don't own smartphones now need to bank digitally, and allowing them to do so by sending SMS text messages is a really great solution for them during this pandemic. Now, when it comes to moving money, we're going to see a lot of people making digital transactions for their first time. Stimulus checks are going to be going out soon. Tax refunds are being distributed despite the delay of the filing deadline, and turmoil in the stock market is causing people to rethink their financial portfolio. How well are you supporting your customers' ability to move funds digitally? Make sure you're providing a full suite of money movement capabilities. Bill pay, person-to-person payments, external transfers, Mobile deposits, ACH, and wires have all become table stakes for digital money movement. Make sure that you're providing most, if not all, of these services to your customers. And now certain transaction limits are going to need to be increased during this time, especially those for mobile deposits, and fees you may be charging your customers may no longer make sense for digital transactions and could be really viewed negatively during this time. Again, this is especially true of any fees you're placing on mobile deposits. Don't be perceived as penalizing your customers for making the right decision and banking from home. Now, people are still going to need to open accounts, even during a time of crisis. Allow them to do so digitally, whether they're an existing or a new customer to your bank. Already have a digital account opening experience available at your bank? That's excellent, but I would encourage you to take a second look at that user experience. Customers should be able to complete the process for a DDA in less than 10 minutes. And be very wary of old unnecessary processes at your bank that are going to slow down digital account opening. Customers are going to be forced to open their new accounts through digital for a while, and they're going to have high expectations of what that user experience should look like. So again, I highly encourage you to take a second look at the user experience if you're already providing digital account opening. Now, it's all well and good to provide your customers with enhanced digital self-service capabilities, enhanced digital money movement, and allow them to open accounts online. But all of these different features are only good if you're securing those digital interactions. Unfortunately, people can be opportunistic at times like this, and the increased use of digital banking may be an opportunity for a fraudster. So I'd encourage you to consider additional low-friction security at login to digital, such as out-of-band authentication, also commonly known as a one-time passcode. This is a great solution, a great extra layer of security that is going to still make it very easy for the good guys to log into digital banking, but is going to stop a fraudster in their tracks if they're trying to log into digital banking with stolen credentials. Another best practice for you to consider is to make sure that digital banking activity is being monitored regularly and automatically for suspicious behavior. Identifying anomalies is the best way to catch digital fraud and block it from happening in the future. And a very simple best practice right now is to remind your customers of the security that you already have in place and reassure them that digital banking can be done safely with your bank today. Now, one last bit of digital banking advice is to make sure that your call center staff are very well educated on digital banking and prepared to handle an influx in digital banking related calls. If you previously had a dedicated call center team for digital, you may want to consider developing a program that will broaden that knowledge to all or most of your call center staff. I don't believe that we can any longer afford for this to be a specialized focus within call centers. Now, I know that I just shared a lot with you, a lot of best practices and a lot of information, and you have a lot to think about. But don't worry, my colleagues and I are here to help. CSI is a proven leader in helping community banks provide a seamless digital banking experience, and we're here to answer all of your questions. If you have questions, please submit them to covidquestions@csiweb.com. Again, that is COVID questions, all one word, at csiweb, also all one word.com. And we will do our best to answer them in a timely manner. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found this helpful. Please stay safe and please keep positive. Thank you.